Hello and welcome to this second video on Rust programming language. And in this video, we will explore a bit about the programming language constructs. But before that, I want to show you some repositories of GitHub, which are of very high quality. For example, Glomio is a runtime system which uses the latest in Linux kernel. It is a thread per core framework. It provides very efficient disk I/O, and a similar framework is Mono I/O. It is in its benchmark. It shows that it is even faster than Glomio. Then we have excellent web framework, that is ActiX Web, one of the fastest and the most complete web frameworks. Most complete web framework in Rust, and it has lots of examples also. For example, it has a dedicated examples repository. Okay, with the examples. Yep. So you got lots of examples. Lots of open source projects are also making use of ActiX framework. For example, there is a complete Reddit clone of Reddit is there in Rust. You have got Miley Search, which is a search engine, which is an open source alternative to Algolia. It is in development. And similarly, there are many other applications which are being done in Rust and ActiX. Then another nice framework is Tokyo.rs, which is an async runtime for Rust, which is, as its tagline says, that build reliable network application without compromising speed. Now, if you look at the benchmarks of HTTP frameworks, then you will find that, let's look at composite scores. You will find that in top 5, there are 3 Rust frameworks. One is C++ and another one is JavaScript. But this is not really a JavaScript framework because it is written almost entirely in C. And then if you want to see whether Rust is good enough for web development, obviously it is good for system development, that is operating system, kernel, device driver, embedded, and all that. But can you do web development in Rust? Yes, and it is blazing fast. Okay, you got full-fledged ORM, you got SQLX, you can write raw SQL query, and it provides compile time checking. The downside is that it needs a live connection to the database. So at the time of compilation, it actually tries to execute the query for compile time checking. And you have got lots of integrations and lots of frameworks. There is WebAssembly. You can do lots of WebAssembly frameworks are there. Two of the most famous is one is Vue. So it is an excellent framework. It is maturing day by day. And then you have something called Perseus, which is for the SSR and all. So you can read about this at Artican. So this is Perseus. It is one of the best frameworks for WebAssembly. Then we have something called Rocket.rs, which is quite solid, not as fast as ActiX, but it is quite solid and used by many people. Then you have GitHub and Tide. Non-Tide Rust. So Tide is from the standard Rust library folks. It is not very fast, but it is quite easy to use and a very ergonomic framework. Then for if you are looking for UI development, then you know that Electron.js is quite popular these days. But Tori is on another level. You can build very small binaries, and it supports a lot of platforms, as many as Rust compiler supports. And you can create Windows applications, Mac OS, Linux, iPad, Android. These are not yet there, but for these three you can do. And soon you will be able to do mobile development as well. So it's a very nice UI framework, and you can see the comparison with Electron. For the test application, it is 3.1 MB compared to 52 MB of Electron. Memory consumption is less than half, and launch time is half. And there are lots of features you can see that which are present in Tori and faster, but Electron does not have that. Okay, so by looking at these, we can say that Rust is really nice framework. However, in terms of AI, it is not very good. Okay, the ecosystem is not there. All right, but you can have TensorFlow Rust binding. Okay, so whatever you want to do in TensorFlow, you can do that in Rust as well. So at least we have something for that. With this out of the way, I will now focus on the basic constructs of the Rust programming languages. So this is the reference document of Rust. It is at doc.rustlang.org/reference/keywords.html. Now, to start with, we will focus on lexical structure and specifically keywords. Okay, so there are three categories of Rust keywords: strict, reserved, and weak. So you can see that these are special names, that is, keywords are special names, and they cannot be used as names of items, variables, and function parameters, fields and variants, type parameters, lifetime parameters, macros or attributes, macro placeholders, and crates. So this is the list of keywords which you cannot use. Okay. Then in 2018, it added three more. And then these are reserved keywords, and this is another keyword. Okay. So don't worry about memorizing all this. Slowly you will become used to that what is a keyword. And these are weak keywords. Okay. So you can read all this over here. I will not go in detail of this right now because that will overwhelm you. I will not discuss identifiers right now. Okay. I will not discuss comments. I will not discuss white space and tokens. Just focus on keywords for the moment. You can read this page at your leisure, and starting from next video, I will start writing very small toy examples so that you can learn Rust at a slow pace. The reason of this is that Rust is somewhat a complicated language, so it is important to have strong fundamentals so that you can build on those fundamental concepts and learn the difficult concepts with much more confidence and ease. So with that, having said that, I will end this video, and I'll see you in next video. From next video onwards, we'll be writing concrete programs, and we will have fun. However, one thing I missed was the installation part. Now, to install the Rust, what you need to do is go to rustlang.org and click get started. Okay. Now for Linux, the instruction is right here. So you can take this and you can take this and you can simply paste it here. And so you need to have curl installed. So I can install curl here. And then you simply run the command. I already have installed, so it won't do anything. Okay, but okay. So after installation, you have to run this, which source $home.cargo/n. So you can put that in bash rc like I have put here. Somewhere it should be there. Oh, I have not put it. Okay, so I think I put it. Yep, it is here. Instead of source, I have used the dot to source it. Once it is done, you will see that Rust C is in the path. It gives output, and cargo would be in path. So we'll see how to use cargo and Rust and everything else to run our programs from next video onwards. For Windows installation or macOS installation, you can click learn more about installation, and hang on, there should be other installation methods. You click learn here, learn more here, and about other installers for Windows and all, it should be here. Let me see. Installers Windows. Okay, so in Windows you can install it with Chocolatey, or you can install on Mac with Homebrew, MacPorts, or PKGRC. On Windows we have another option, Scoop. Okay, there should be executable installers. I believe MSI files should be there, but I believe those are let me see. MSI, yep. So this is Windows. You can download the MSI packages and install from MSI. And for Mac, let me see. Okay, control of PKG. Okay, you have this Apple Darwin just above Windows, and you can install this on Windows, on Mac OS. And so from these two files you can install on Mac and Windows. So that's how you install Rust, and I'll show you how to use Cargo to install libraries and all. It's just very straightforward. So starting from the next video, I will show you how to actually write programs using Rust. If you are liking this series, then please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notifications about next video on Rust. And don't forget to press the like button for sharing this video with more people like you, more programmers like you who may be interested in Rust, because that's how YouTube algorithms works. Thanks a lot for watching. Happy programming. Enjoy.